Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming. And as you can see, we're in Watch Dogs Legion, and that means I'm going to make a random video about something going on in gaming today. So just for reference purposes, there we are on the banks of the river. There you can see across the river, we're on the north side, that's the south bank. You can see the London Eye over there between the trees, and that's the south bank of the River Thames. And one of the things I like about this game, just to mention as we start the video, is when you switch between characters, you can literally switch between all your different agents whenever you want. They're always doing whatever they're doing, and I really like that. It adds to kind of the realism of this game, which, as I've said many times, is really realistic. People are all doing what they do, and so like this girl, when I switched to her, she wasn't just standing upside down in a street in a cupboard waiting to be activated. She was like here, and she was like actually like eating. That's her food still there, and she was actually eating. And you switch to people, sometimes they're working, sometimes they're drinking in a bar, sometimes they're working out in a park or jogging. They're doing something, and I think that's really great. Anyway, that's enough about Watch Dogs Legion. So today's video, which is not going to be that long hopefully, is about another thing that's cropped up on the news, video game news that is, which is the responsibility of content creators on YouTube and other platforms to be honest and give impartial reviews of things, which has come up, something I've seen a few times recently, and I just wanted to make a little video commenting on that. Now, it's not something that affects me, because I don't play games from new anyway, and that's where most of it would come from anyway. I don't get free copies, I've got no links to any games or any publishers or things like that. Of course, who knows, if someone said to me, here, you can have a free game and you can review a new game, would I do it? Yes, probably, why not? If it's a game I would play normally, I wouldn't just play a game for the sake of reviewing it if it's not a game I would generally play. And I would say in advance, they gave me this copy, and I would say to them before they gave me the copy, look, I'm going to say what I think. If you don't like what I'm going to say, then don't give me the copy. And with that said, I would have probably made a video if someone had given me a game that I might play anyway. I wouldn't just play any game for the sake of making a review. And I think that's the responsibility of all content creators. I think you need to be upfront, you need to give impartial reviews if you get free stuff, whether it's copies of games or other freebies, and I'm sure there's loads of freebies publishers and developers hand out to people who are far more worthy than me. Then you know, it's your duty to either refuse, which you can do, or you can say yes, but only knowing that I'm going to make an honest review, and also you need to tell the people who are watching that this is what's happened and this is the situation, so they know in advance that, you know, that's what you've done and that's the situation and everything's clear. And then if you want to make a review saying the game's great, having said that you got the game for free and they gave you 22 t-shirts and a hat, then whatever, then that's fine. Because the problem comes where these links between content creators and games, particular games or game studios, or people get free stuff and they don't say, or maybe they do say, but then it's obviously influenced their reviews, and often the big channels, they get free stuff, free game copies before the games come out, and so they get to play them, and their playthroughs will influence what people buy. And we're not talking about people talking about politics where there's nothing to buy, so it's an opinion. This will mean people spend their money, and people may spend quite a lot of money, and they're entitled to have an impartial review of any game. And if a game is buggy or rubbish, or the footage that they're giving out before the game is very limited because the game's rubbish, or it's footage that's not even representative of the game, then you're entitled to know that, and that's what a reviewer who gets that should do, or refuse to do it before the game comes out and before they get a proper copy. To be honest, and I'm not someone who does this, so I can't really say what, but if it was me, I would wait to get the copy of the game. I mean, it's not life or death. I know that people need to get these things out because everyone wants to see them straight away, but to be honest, if I was going to review a game, even if it was a new game, I would wait to get the copy that you get or I get, or I could buy at the PlayStation store or the Xbox store or in the shop on a physical disc, and play the copy that I know everyone's going to see and get. And okay, my review comes out 7 days after the game comes out. Who cares? So what? Because then everyone's already got access to the game. It doesn't matter. People are still going to be buying the game, and it means that you're reviewing the same product that everybody else has got. And that's what I would do personally. Like I said, if someone gave me a free copy, maybe I'd play it. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but it doesn't really make sense to get a little bit of a game in advance just to play it, just so you can talk about a small fraction of a game that you've not seen the whole of and then tell people what you think of it. I don't quite get that. I mean, yeah, okay, you need pre-game reviews, but you don't get a lot from that. You get a teaser, but as we've known with many games now, and it's got much worse, that game publishers can't be trusted, and they'll give out footage that shows what they want to show, or the graphics they want to show in the best parts, the action they want to show from the best parts. So even if you're a very discerning game reviewer, you get a game and the publisher's given you this amount of footage and you can only see that much or show that much, then it's not really going to help. And even if you know that, well, okay, you can say that, but it's not relatively helpful other than giving people a taster, I guess. So anyway, on to the original subject again. So yeah, I think there's a big responsibility for YouTube channels, content creators, to be honest, to be upfront, to review things impartially, and that also counts by admission. When what I mean by that is if you have a link to a game, or you've got loads of gifts from a publisher, or you've got some link or an investment in a game yourself, and you review all games that come out of a certain type, or just all games that come out of a AAA, whatever it might be, and you don't review a game by admission because you know it's crap, but you've got financial incentives not to slag it off, basically, that's also wrong. Because the problem with gaming is, in general, it's a very bad situation generally. We all know, we should be able to, but we all know we can't trust almost all publishers, and we can't trust a lot of developers. We know that. That's not counting all the real bad scams on Kickstarter and fake games and all this other stuff. But even like the big publishers, we can't trust them, and the big developers, we can't really trust them, and we know that. It's sad, we should be able to, but we can't. And that's not something you could say about most industries. You couldn't say we don't trust most car manufacturers, we don't trust most computer manufacturers, we don't trust most cereal makers. We couldn't say that, but we can say that about gaming, and we all know that's true. So it's bad anyway. And even if you just get a very small faction of content creators who do things that are then shown to be not in good faith, it's very bad, because we've already got the things that they're reviewing not in good faith, the developers and the games and things like that. And what it means then is, not only do people have less faith in that process, but it rubs off on everybody, because if you see a major content creator YouTube channel talk about a game in one way and it's not that, or talk about a game before everyone's seen the whole game and before it's properly released and it's not what it seemed, or later people find out they've got some link to the game, or they've got some freebies, whatever it might be, then not only does that affect that person's integrity, it affects everybody, because everybody who watches, and I would be the same, if I watched a bigger channel, which I do, and I saw that somebody did something that seems a bit corrupt or a bit dubious, I would then, think, well, I wonder if that's the same with the next channel I watch. So, and how do we know it's not? And I can't say I've ever had any conversation or contact with any other content creator on YouTube, so I've no idea what anyone does or why, or what their motivations are. I'm sure that the majority of content creators have their hearts in the right place and do it because they enjoy it, or because they think they're right. And we can all talk about a game and say it's great and it not be something that people like, but that's a different thing. But that doesn't mean there's not people that do the wrong thing. And like I said, I think in a industry and a situation where the majority of companies involved can't be trusted, and are known not to be trusted, and know that we don't trust them and don't care, the last thing we want is content creators, YouTube channels talking about gaming where we have doubts about the things they say. It's already a very muddy industry and a muddy situation. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Like I said, it's just my thoughts about the things I see, and hopefully you've enjoyed listening and watching, and till next time on Guessagaingaming, take care for now.